Okay, so I have this Westinghouse clock radio. I'll show it to you here in a second. This is the case. It's one it was out of a pile of radios I bought a while ago off of eBay, probably about almost 2 years ago. Anyway, one of the radios was in it. I sent it to Radio TV Phonola for repair. It's that RCA radio, solid state radio. But this is a Westinghouse model RC41M070 walnut/white. It's not really white anymore. It's been yellowed from sun. I had these. Where are they? Where's the other one? I had this capacitor and a, I think, 30, oh, here. Yeah, I had a 22 and a 560 microfarad in this radio, which obviously that was way too much, but this was some piece of shit I tore out of pulled out of a TV. So, and the dial string broke, and I remember there's the tuner thing here, so what I did is I just have this knob coming out the side of the cabinet so I can tune it. Since there's not much shit on AM anymore and it's worth listening to, I can just leave it tuned to my radio station and then just leave it there. Oh, here was the other one. I had a 22 microfarad and a 560 microfarad, which was way too much, but we're going to do this right. I originally just had it dangling in here. We're going to do it right. This is what I did. I don't care. If it works, it works. It's a resurrection, not a restoration. And probably once I fix this thing and get it going, I'm probably just going to throw this thing in the dumpster. Rob the power cord off of it and throw it in the fucking dumpster. Okay, so this thing had some weirdo volume knob on it. I'm sure this is the kind of knob that was on it to begin with. But, so I just put a knob off of one of those Thomas radios that I EOL'd a long time ago. Put it on here. So I've had this radio since probably about 2020. So, I'm just gonna, put some hot glue on that. That knob. I don't care. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't really care. I don't give a shit. If this works, it works. If it doesn't. Okay, let's see what this thing does. Oh, and the clock on this thing doesn't work. No surprise. There's my station. It's the only station it's getting, and that's all the way up. I really don't care. I should throw this up on eBay for, I don't know, $500. Say it's restored. Sell it like this, restored. Do a little bit more melting here. Now it smells like ass in here. So now, this knob should go nice and free. Okay, so I melted the hole enough where it will fucking work. So I found a new knob. You know what? This song's not copyrighted. It's the version of Convoy that's very popular on Gusto, Power Pack, TV Records, and Starday. issues. I know it appeared on Road Music. I uploaded it. It's by Tommy Hill Music Festival. For a knockoff, it actually sounds pretty good. No, but it doesn't flag any copyright issues on YouTube. So it appears on Gusto, King, Starday, Power Pack, and TV Records. It appears on releases of them. I know the albums on CD I know it appears on are On the Road Again, 20 Truckin' Hits, Road Music, 23 Truckin' Hits. That's the album I got it off of. Yeah. And then another one that YouTube doesn't care about is Red Sovine. I've tried to upload his songs in the best quality I can find them in. Best quality I can find, and upload them to YouTube because I think he has some really good music. If you're into trucker music and like narrated songs, then you'll like Red Sovine. Found a new knob for this turd. I think this was the original knob. Went on the front here. We'll just put this back in there for decoration. Yeah, that was the original knob. We'll put that for the non-existent tuning knob. Okay. Let's plug this flaming pile of shit in and see what the fuck it does. Let me get the clock knob back. What the fuck? I don't know. Damn it. Don't know why this fucking thing isn't gonna want to fucking work. The only thing that's working on this is the clock. The radio is completely fucking dead. Okay, so here's that Westinghouse solid-state clock radio that we tried to resurrect. Well, it ended up working for a minute, and then it didn't. So I got pissed at it and started EOLing it. I'm gonna plug it in, see what it does. If it explodes, it explodes. I don't care. Well, actually, I do care if it explodes. Hopefully, it doesn't. And the tuning dial is broken. So I just melted a hole in the side with my soldering iron for where the tuning capacitor is. And since there's nothing but shit on AM around my area, unfortunately, I just tune it until I hear my station. But, my low power station. But if I ever find one of these that's in good shape at like a flea market or thrift store, or if one of them happens to show up on eBay, or yeah, like if I find one of these for a good price that's in good shape, maybe I'll get it. But this thing was in a lot of radios, and yeah, this knob isn't original. I think this was the original knob that was on it right here. That's what they look like. It's a model RC41M070. So yeah, let's plug it in and see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't explode. The clock is trying to run, but you can hear it. It's scraping against something. Let's get a pair of pliers and turn on the radio. Radio is in the on position. Volume is all the way up. And it's broken again, and nothing as I tune across the dial, and nothing from the speaker. Now, since this thing is totally dead, power cord. Here was the repair work I did. I was really fucking lazy when I did this, and since this was a resurrection, not a restoration, this was where the original filter cap was. This is what I hacked into place, and I electrical taped them and soldered them so they wouldn't make contact. Now, I mean, that doesn't look horrible, but probably if I did this the right way, what I would do is, well, actually, no, there's not really that much space here, because this is where the negative is, and these are where the positive terminals are. Or it's the other way around. Yeah, this is the negative, and these two are the positive terminals. So what I'd have to do, well, if this transistor was in a different spot, or if this had more space down here, what I could do is just mount a terminal strip here with the capacitors. Or what I could do is take this whole board out and mount the terminal strip with the capacitors down in here, right here by the bottom part. Okay, now that that's out of the way. If I was doing this the right way, what I would do is I would take this out and I would mount the terminal strip back here. But since we're not doing that, but like I said, if I ever find one of these at a flea market, thrift store, or yard sale, or rummage sale, or if I find one on eBay, if I find one of these that's in good shape and that's a good price, maybe I'll get it. But I wouldn't pay more than 20 bucks for one of these. But yeah, if a good example comes along for a cheap price, then I might get it. So yeah, I'm going to keep this TO3 case transistor. Let me turn that down before I get a copyright strike. But yeah, this is a, I don't know, was mounted to this little jack panel. I'm going to put this in my junk box. I'm going to put this in there too. Most likely the audio output transformer. And here's the audio output transformer. This is the audio output transformer. I just had a major Joe Biden moment, but no. The audio output transistor, that's what I meant, or something. It's some fucking transistor in this set. See other transistors. There's one right here. One right here, here, and here, and maybe here. Yeah, so 3 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, counting that other one. At least this used a open air tuning capacitor. I'll probably desolder that. I'm going to keep the circuit board in case if I need parts off of it, and I'm going to keep the speaker. You can see the wires to this clock, or the clock. You can see the outer sheathing is all crumbled. Let's take out this part. And you can see this outer tubing is all brittle and cracked. This is the rectifier board. That's where the filter cap would hook into. I'm going to keep this big old fucking power resistor. Yeah, so here is the power, or the where all the rectification takes place, I think. Okay, so I got this power resistor out of there. It's a 430 ohm, probably a couple watt job. I'm going to keep the circuit board in case I need parts off of it. That's pretty much it. I'm probably going to save the speaker. I used to have a big old box of junk parts, or I used to have my big old junk box that was full of junk parts, or my parts units. Parts units out back, you know, one of those what kind of, not corrugated plastic, one of those heavy plastic deck boxes. I had that, a bunch of parts and shit in there. Anyway, yeah, apparently it wasn't as weathertight as I thought, so yeah, it got all ruined in there. But looking back, I kind of wish I kept some of the stuff, but it was gross, and then at the time I was really pissed at all the shit, so all of that got sent to the dump. But looking back, I probably should have kept a few things, like, I don't know, some chassis. I don't know. But yeah, I have this little Japanese radio that, actually not the original cabinet, but I think I'm going to send this to Radio TV Phonola, because I know he likes these little Japanese radios. Yeah, so I'm probably just going to send that to Radio TV Phonola here soon. Just had to change the battery in the camera that drains them like they're going out of style. Took them out of this HP PhotoSmart M547. I'm using a Fujifilm. What the fuck model is this? I don't know what model this is. All I know is that it's from sometime in 2008 or 9, and it can accept an SDHC card, which that's nice, and the audio quality sounds pretty good. I have this Telex Phonola record player, and I bought a few years ago from Radio TV Phonola. It's the one that came with the instructions still in the lid. It's a model C1202. Remember when he had it, it had a bad speaker, but I've replaced the speaker in this a few times. I should just order one for it, or I should just pull one out of a piece of shit. I'm sure I can find one of those kind of speakers that goes in here. I'll let you hear what it sounds like. It has a 3-volt cartridge in it. I don't know, this thing just doesn't have that great a tonal quality. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still way better than a Crosley or any other modern record player, but it just doesn't have the warm sound a tube model does.
They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know.
This is 25 country music greats, and a stupid way they pulled off having 14 songs a side on it was they have, so you see 3 grooves, or 3 gaps here. Let me turn this off. 3 gaps, so you got that line, and that line. Okay, so these songs are cut so short. I'm going to show you how short they're cut. We're going to use Dottie West's Men with Evil Hearts, number 8, band 2. We're going to use that for and I'm going to start the new clip at the start of the song and end it right at the end so we can see how long it is. Now keep in mind, I posted that song the other day in a reprocessed stereo mix. It's 2 minutes and 2 seconds. or thereabouts. Now this one's probably about 1:30, maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Just about a minute, because my camera, it counts down. It'll show 28 minutes, or because when I start my camera, it shows 29 minutes and 4 seconds, and then it'll count down. So I started at 29, and then it counted down to 28. So yeah, So it's about 1 minute and 10 seconds, and the song's 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And I need to replace this copy because you can see I was handling it the other day and it cracked, and this thing's from the early 60s and it's made by Starday. I don't think they press their records on the highest quality of materials. Oh, and this is in mono, by the way. It'd be cool if it was in duophonic or fake stereo. That would make it even cooler, but yeah, I think these are pretty plentiful. So yeah, I'm going to have to get me another copy of it. Just use this as a test record. See how well it handles a bassy record. Oh, and this record is from 1985. And it plays okay, but it, let's see how it does with a styrene. And this is We5, You're on My Mind, which I really, really wish that this was originally recorded in stereo back in the 60s, because that would be awesome, because this came out in 1965. Either the group didn't have the budget to record it in stereo, or just where they recorded it didn't have stereo. But I really wish that this was recorded in true stereo originally in 1965. But you can see how see-through it is. It's practically clear. And then I have this, which is styrene, windy by association, which I like the mono version just fine, but I like the stereo version a lot better. It's on the album. And what's weird is that this reissue has has reverb on it, while the stock copy of You Were on My Mind by We5, it doesn't have any reverb. And I actually have 3 copies of this. This one that I'm holding in my hand, and 2 stock copies. One of them styrene and one of them's vinyl, which most of them were pressed on styrene. And vinyl holds up better. I guess they added some reverb to give it a stereo effect back when they made this reissue, which I probably wouldn't say it's no older than, or no newer, or probably no older than the 80s. Let's try this really worn out copy and cheap piece of shit copy of 16 Candles. You can see it's just painted on. I can just lick my finger and rub it off. Yeah, that's exactly what's doing. I can rub it off and I'm getting green paint on my finger. You can see this thing's chewed. and it's cut super loud, it distorts, but you can't see through it. What about this record? Oh yeah, you can. You can see through it. I'll leave you with Wendy.